He credits the years he spent in scholastic.
You are having, listen, it's because of, you know, what we're about to talk about this morning. Yes, the scholastic choirs.
As essential to his learning vocal control, and is currently promoting his new single, Trumpet Song. At this time, we want to welcome to the set, OJ the Great to Sunrise.
Absolutely.
Good morning.
Thank you for having me. Good morning, ladies.
I'm going to go back to it. You learning how to sing from your days in school.
Kindergarten school. And I grew up in a musical home also.
Right.
So my dad, Ruffy and Tuffy, they are rockers. So I grew up around a lot of entertainers.
When you say they're rockers, what do you mean?
Rockers as in original Jamaican reggae.
Rockers, right.
Soul or music. So I grew up around a lot of entertainers. Dennis Brown when I was younger. Bunny Wailer, Capleton, Yami Bowler. Yami Bowler, my godfather. Junior Reid. I grew up around a lot of entertainers.
You sure sounded like it?
The thing is, when we see children, sometimes they're just making noise. At what point did someone say, it's not noisy making, you know, he really is understanding the note or making sense?
Did they see that at home first, or was it school?
Well, since, you know, kids, when they're young in the house playing, they'll be playing the toys and singing something, or I was one of those kids, you know. And then, you know, my father wanted me to be in the music.
Okay.
So he sent me to kindergarten school, what you call it, the choir and so forth. And then Edna Manley, I went to extra classes at Edna Manley, dancing classes too.
Wow.
Yeah, for the piano, also vocals. Yeah, so
And you loved it after that?
I love it. I love entertainment. I was always in the performing arts at school. I grew up in a drumming society, choir, acting. I'm an actor too. So
what's the name? OJ the Great.
Okay.
How did that come about?
So I'm OJ the Great. OJ is my my pet name.
Okay.
Otis Newton Jr. by birth.
Okay.
You know, so while growing up, anything I do, like, you know, Pete Jamaica will be like, yo, great, you know, you're great, you know, who that the great OJ? Who that the great? So I just adopt, I just take that.
You had a certain level of excellence in everything that you was doing.
The stuff I'm doing, people always say, yo, you're unique. Whether I'm acting, when I'm playing football at Lanneman's Prep, my dub poetry, like people just always like to, you know.
You sound like you were one of the children that had to go to if it wasn't this practice, it was that practice, it was that practice, it was that practice.
I leave school late at night, in the evening sometime, have dancing practice, acting, drumming, and then, no, those times I wouldn't have football, but some of those days I would still have football in the evening. So extra curriculum for me was big.
Big. So before we get a little bit more into the music, just as a young person being involved in so many different activities, how do you think, and a lot of, you know, youth out there sometimes are, you know, don't find their way. How do you think that kind of helped you to be who you are now, just having so much to do?
Well, different experience, like meeting new people also. So everything just gear me in a certain path to, you know, I like the stuff that I'm doing. I have to stay focused, you know, because there's a lot of different stuff. So I have to click in this mode for this, click in that mode for that. So easily adapt to different.
So you're prepared now to be OJ the Great?
Yes, man, I've been waiting.
All right, so tell us about what you've been doing. Yes, Trumpet Song, yeah.
Trumpet Song. All right, so Trumpet Song, one day I was home, and sometimes I have the urge, like, lyrics in my head, I'm like, yo, you gotta put them on paper, So one time I was searching for a beat to write something to, and I come up on this beat, but the beginning of the beat gave me the beginning of the song, and then the beat just went somewhere else. So I was just left with the the intro of the song. And then, you know, time comes in play. The Black Lives Matter movement started happening, all the uproar, all the chaos. And then I just write the song.
So this song, the message behind it is about what? What does it cause us to feel? Or want us to do?
It's a number of stuff. So, you know, the Black Lives Matter movement, racism, the oppression we face in society, because it's not overseas alone. We also have it in Jamaica, and internationally, all sort of oppression. My experience with racism while being in the States,
You've poured all of that into this single.
yeah, and also I didn't want to just deliver a message, like to say, yo, we're going through this. I wanted to, like in the song I said, take me to the land that's next to Arafat, take me back to Africa, because a judgment in this if you don't take me back, you know? So help we out so we can help ourselves too, you know, because we really, people might not see that we're struggling, but we're struggling as a people. So that song is kind of a wake-up call and somewhat of an anthem, you know?
Right.
Get us to make a move. Yeah.
So what is your, you know, your plan for the next year? COVID has shifted a lot with performances. How do you keep yourself on top of the game, and what can we look forward to
Focus
from you?
and to prioritize, you know?
Focus and prioritize. Yeah.
The place is, like, everything is at a standstill to some extent. So a lot of stuff we're doing is mostly online, over the phone, just, you know?
Yeah.
So what we have to do is, what I try to do is work ahead of time, keep in touch with my team constantly. It's an everyday work. Voice ahead of time, just keep my work going. So when the time comes, like, I'm not behind.
You'll be
Already
ready,
have
press
projects
play.
there, yeah.
Yeah. Where can we
so-
continue to follow your work, OJ Thagreat?
On Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. I have my lyric video on YouTube.
What do we type in to find you?
OJ space Thagreat in one word.
And
so
it's
OJ is my first
T-H-A.
name. Yeah, T-H-A.
Thagreat.
I'm Thagreat.
Well, we expect continued greatness
The greater things
from you.
Thank you, man.
All right, thank you so much for joining us on set this morning.